Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for SUI render and FET price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna dive here with the 1 hour chart in SUI, where we see of course finally a broken triangle as well here, invalidation of triangle taken, meaning we push for higher definitely here in something much more impulsive, I would say. And we see of course the invalidation of bearish also taken. We continue therefore toward the upside here for SUI. Finally we see something clearer of course as a price action. Now in case that this is of course a triangle here, can be possible like a potential A, B, C, D, and an E here. But the thing is, in case this is the scenario, well, you cannot count, of course, a kind of like a 1, 2, and another 1, 2, because this is already, of course, a zigzag over there. By all means, what I see here exactly is a potential finished wave C. That's true there. Let me check. The low is exactly here. And we got, of course, an impulse after it as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And potentially W, X, and a Y, A, B, C, D, E, and now we explode toward the upside, guys. So a very ugly wave 1, 2, and that is, of course, kind of like hesitation, guys, in the market, of course. Yeah, so it is kind of like hesitation to push for higher. I don't know why it was so hard for the market to recover, but it's still fine. I mean, but here we are. The psychology was very clear there with the hesitation and lack of confidence, I would say, that we pushed really for higher. So the market was much more convinced that we should continue lower for lower prices, but this is not the case. So basically what we are looking at here as, of course, W, X, and a Y. The wave Y is this triangle over there. Okay, so W, X, and an A, B, C, D, and an E triangle, and we push explosively towards that, because of course this is a very deep long correction, and expect of course such move for a SUI there. And we might, guys, here be in a two possibilities. So let's start, of course, what are we looking at here? So since this is your low there, so this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is still playing over there. So I'm gonna put this in white scenario. So very likely that we might be in a wave 3 here, where we start, of course, a very nice push toward the upside, a very nice recover for the market as expected. I'm expecting, of course, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 probably. Of course, an ABC as well can be there. Okay, so we don't forget that this can be, of course, an ABC, still can be for a wave 4. However, if this is an ABC, of course, you would like to hit 1-to-1, of course, fib level, right? Which is the $2.07 here for potential wave C. Yeah, so and I'm expecting this to be in an impulse, something like that, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, meaning finishing wave C there below the 2.29. Why? Because the 2.29 here might be a scenario for 1, 2, and that this is whole thing here that happened a simple impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meaning 1, 2, 3, and then this is your wave 4, 1-to-1 fib level ABC zigzag, no invalidation 2.29, and then you push for lower again for one more hit here for wave 5. This is a horrible scenario, of course. Maybe many of you don't like it, but what I still see, of course, here is a potential something higher than this. What I mean, I see, of course, a recovery for the market, at least, of course, in a higher wave here. So what I'm expecting, at least here, something pushing above the invalidation, and I believe something has to unfold, at least correctively, to finish up something in WX and Y more complex, in case we are not bullish, of course. For me, honestly, of course, it is very likely that we continue for a new all-time high, because we might be here in an ABC finished exactly where we want to finish here after 3 ways up, 3 ways down, ABC, 1-to-1 fib level from the A to the B to the C. Exactly 100% hit here, and we see, of course, a push toward the upside. Therefore, I'm expecting something much bigger here. okay, than just ABC smaller one, and we continue. We'll see, guys. Target, of course, can be a $6.9 in case we push here bullish for a new all-time high, meaning a big A, B, and a C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very likely. Of course, it can be also a double 1, 2, but this wave 1 is a little bit longer, so unexpected, but still can be possible, guys. Wave 3, meaning overshooting the $7 for SUI. Yep, so this is regarding SUI. Let's move for render. For render, we are looking also at the all-time history here as 1, 2, 1, 2 potentially, or finish 3 ways toward the upside wave A. And of course, we're looking at something as a deep correction can be done and finished, of course, where we mentioned that this might be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now, it can be, of course, something as only one structure ABC later on, but I'm expecting a wave B to push for higher prices remarkably. Remarkably, meaning I want to see something like this. The same as we saw, of course, for the wave A or for the W here. Okay, so I'm expecting a repetition of zigzag because this is, of course, an impulse finished ABC, taking the time, the FIP time here, 0.618, and then pushing for higher. Therefore, if we're not bullish for new all-time high, at least I'm looking, of course, for something like that. And this should be a nice recover, at least for render, meaning I'm still looking also at least for this target in case we are in ABC here. This is your 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 might be unfolding toward the upside, but as a wave C here. But of course, don't forget you can also be in a big 1, 2 here, despite the 886. I know it's very low possibility. It decreases the possibility of a 1, 2. It gives higher possibility for the A, B, and a C. But in case it is a wave 3, of course, you would like to see the price breaking above, and I think it might happen. And why? Because, of course, I see double 1, 2, no diagonals here, by the way. I see double 1, 2. And I see several 1, 2s again, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and I think 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5. That might be, of course, a wave 3, guys. So, yeah, we saw this before, by the way. We saw some wave 3 taking off from an 886. So it's not, of course, far because it's a guideline, not a rule, by the way. So 1.618 is very likely $2 for render and a very psychological one. So, yep, to be watched, of course, for render. We're going to see what's going to happen over there. Now, if we dive inside it on the 15-minute chart, well, you can see, well, even, okay, if we want to consider this as a potential zigzag, which I think so, by the way, it might bring us here the things a little bit back. Back to the diagonal. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, that is a zigzag. So actually, no, we have to consider this as diagonal, guys. Okay, we can consider this as diagonal, definitely. Where you have zigzags, of course, A for a wave 1, and then wave 3. And then you got a very, very deep correction again. And this might be, of course, something as an A, B, and a C. But this wave C here is, of course, kind of like as well, not really nice as an expanding diagonal finishing here. But very likely can be, of course, since you took the high and still look good as a wave 2. Normally, it is a shallow wave 2 after diagonal. And we push for higher. Okay, so basically, if this is the case, it can be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna call this basically 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. Okay, because yeah, it looks like zigzag, all of them, right? So you have here a zigzag, and a final potential can be it can be this or your wave 5, and this can be a complex structure, W, X, and a Y here. It is allowed only one wave in a diagonal, wave 4 or wave 2 to be a complex structure, which is here because this is a clear zigzag. So yes, this is exactly what's going on over there. It is a complex structure, W, X, and Y, and your wave 4 and a 5 is only this zigzag, guys. That's why. And we push for higher, right? So wave 3 is ahead. I think that the wave 3, even for render, can be very close to be finished here. Let me check. No, not yet. It's still required, of course, to push for higher prices. So yes, I think the $2 can be very likely hit, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. If this is gonna happen like that, because the wave 3 should be 1.618, unless it's gonna be short, but I doubt. If this is gonna be like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wow, that's a nice wave 3 also in yellow. Then 4 and a 5, big 1, 2. So that is gonna be a very nice chart, right? If we get, of course, this recover, but we'll see, guys. Nothing to rush yet. We'll see what's gonna happen over there. All right, so this is regarding render. So let's see the next one. We have FET as well here on the 1 hour chart. For FET, still preserving the diagonal shape here. I'm gonna go a little bit bigger so we can see it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Potentially finish there. You start a 1, 2, probably can be something as ABC, then pushing down later on, or it can be, of course, the diagonal. Now, definitely also can be 3 ways down, finished over there, and you start a diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because the low is not taken. Meaning in any case scenario right now, pushing for higher is very required, right? And I'm still looking, at least if I want to finish a correction here, which it should be equivalent for this big move here as W or as a wave A, B, and a C, so or Y. That means you would like to see here at least like if you have, of course, 3 ways down, 3 ways up, probably you would like to see kind of like 3 ways down again. And this 3 ways down has to be, of course, a wave B. Might be, of course, a significant recovery here. It can be even, nobody knows. A, B, expanding flat, and then wave C. Nobody knows, guys. Wave Y is allowed to be anything. It can be a triangle, which I doubt it, because triangle we already got in an X here. So I think zigzag or flat, or I would say expanding flat. Okay, so very, very likely as well to have for a wave Y. 0.618 is very essential as a FIP time here to hit, which it might be until May. It means until the next middle year to see something really potentially bullish to unfold. But what I'm expecting here is at least a push toward the upside. All the scenarios anyway, what I called here, any scenario here, whether the diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you look for higher. Whether you finished here, the impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, and a C, you're looking for higher. Whether you are in a W, X, and a wave Y, it has to be A, B, C. The wave B has to be high, has to push for higher, can be an expanding flat even for a new high and then pushing down again. Meaning higher prices are expected for FET as well. Finally, we see something recovering, guys, for the crypto market. I mean, it's too much, right? I mentioned this yesterday. We're sick of it, right? It's too much. It has been a very long time that we're dropping and dropping since 2024. We didn't saw a new high, and of course we're dropping, and then never ends. So now it is time a little bit for recover at least. It's because this drop is very huge. It's not just FET, it's render, it's SUI also the same. It has been a very long time, and if you compare it with the bear market before, well, it's too much, right? Right, guys, so that was it for SUI, render, and FET. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.